Baby food pouches are easy for busy on-the-go situations, especially when we're rushing, and we need to get easy and quick snacks for our kids. And what I've heard most people say is, well, they have veggies in it, fruits in it, and my kids are eating all these fruits and veggies from the baby food pouches. So today, the question I'm going to answer is, are baby food pouches healthy or harmful for your child? Hello and welcome to Generational Wellbeing with Dr. Lone. Thank you again for joining me today. Please like, share, and subscribe. So thank you for joining me today. I'll answer the question about baby food pouches. Like I said in the intro, it is quick and easy option for busy moms on the go. Now the question is it good? Now with the food pouches, the form or the texture of the baby food pouches is puree, and the puree food textures is what we'll recommend for kids from 6 months maybe through 9 months, as you're introducing foods where it's soft, it's easy to swallow. We're transitioning from the pure liquid and a little bit thicker textures for them as they start getting used to different textures. The problem comes in where we're going past that age frame where you have to now transition for them to start getting the textures of real food. Say for real food, real carrots and stuff, or real veggies, or how they taste, or the real textures. And we continue on with the baby pouches. When we continue on that way, past that phase of development from that 6 to 9 month age and not introducing or slowly transitioning to different foods, it can lead to picky eating for two reasons. One, the texture remains the same. They're used to a certain texture of just soft puree, and you're not introducing them to a variety of textures, whether it's a bit harder or a bit crunchy or soft, so they don't really know what textures they'll prefer. Two, they are not familiar with what the real food looks like. So a baby who has been taking a pouch of carrots, they don't know what carrots look like. So you can do the pouch of carrots and then hand them over a carrot. They're not going to eat it because it does not look the same as whatever they have on the pouch. Three, most of the pouches, when you go in there and look at the labels, they have added sugar in it. So the added sugar makes it sweeter, and it is hiding the taste of the real veggies. So even if you do the puree of the real veggies and give to them, they're not familiar with it. So you've not really introduced those foods to them that they've been sucking along. So baby food pouches can really lead to picky eating down the line, and should be avoided, especially after that phase where we're now transitioning to more solid foods and introducing variety. You want to introduce variety with the real state of the food, where there is texture, flavor, taste, and sight. That way the kids can see it and be familiar with the foods, and you can eat it. Another reason now, on the other hand, as far as health goes, like I said before, with the added sugars, when you're adding sugar and they're sucking on this, the sugars sit on the gum line, and then eventually, especially now if we're continuing on with these food pouches into the toddler phase where they start having teeth and stuff, then it sits there, and then you have kids who have cavities. So you want to avoid it for two reasons. Or it can create a picky eater for you that will make things a bit difficult down the line when it comes to introducing new foods, introducing new flavors and options. And two, it can lead to cavities because that sugar sits on there in the mouth, and when it sits in there, and then bacteria growth, and then can later develop to cavities. And we are seeing a lot of cavities in the toddler population. So many things that can lead to that, including the baby food pouches. So if you are a parent, like, well, what can I do? The big thing is, as you're starting to introduce purees, preferably introduce purees with a spoon. Again, knowing that every choice you make when you're trying to introduce new foods or feed your baby, it's going to lead one or the other way. If they get used to just drinking it, coming back with a spoon can be very challenging and stressful for you. So introducing purees with a spoon as much as possible. Yes, if you want to do it every now and then on a go in that same age of 6 months to 9 months, or maybe in the 9-month range, that's okay. But after that time frame, you really don't want to carry that around. But instead transition now to more either the real fruit snacks, which is soft chopped where they're not going to choke on it, or steamed vegetables that are chopped where they can feel the textures and swallow without choking. Again, now we're transitioning, being mindful that we don't want our kids to choke on the real food, but having it in a consistency that they can bite, they can learn to chew, and it can go down easily, where if it should slide down, they're not choking, because choking is another hazard. So let me know if you have any questions about this. Again, thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, I am Dr. Lo.